What's going on there, YouTube? SEL0320 representing JVS. This is a quick disclaimer, alright? I've yet to release out my spoiler-filled review for Batman vs. Superman, for one. Only thing I have currently out right now is my non-spoiler review for Batman vs. Superman. Needless to say, I actually did like it. Thought it was a good movie. I'm going to go into detail for certain things, but I'm going to make this really quick and to the point, alright? The title, as you can see, was something along the lines of Rotten Tomatoes critic reviews versus baseline user and normal reviewers. So case in point, like me, other reviewers out there. Basically, from the understanding, looking at Rotten Tomatoes, if you didn't look on YouTube and all you looked at was Rotten Tomatoes, you would think that this movie right here, Batman vs. Superman, was a travesty. Because basically, currently right now, they have it like a 42% right now. Only ones I've seen that have fresh was Assorted Network, USA Today, Graffiti, what else? People Magazine, and I think Alley Group, but that's about it. Everybody else is kind of giving it a puff piece, case in point, of being basically rotten, essentially. And the reason why I want to talk about this is because there's a little bit of history for me that happened in 2013, ironically. When Man of Steel came out, a lot of people gave it a lot of flack. I actually really liked Man of Steel. I thought it had some pacing issues. I thought it had some indiscrepancies here or there. But the more I looked at this film, the more that I actually realized what they really truly did. I loved the film. Like, I really did. I don't remember if I gave it a 9 out of 10 or maybe higher than that. But I really love the film. I mean, I've looked at it countless times over and over and over again. And this movie, actually back then, got like a 50%, if not a 53% where it's standing right now. I think it was lower than that. The thing I'll say about Rotten Tomatoes right now, this is only out of a total of 42 reviewers, critics. And its number is going to grow, and I think that the rating is going to shoot up, but it might meet the deadline right at Man of Steel. I will say to you, even though I love Man of Steel, Batman vs. Superman is twice the movie that Man of Steel was. And I love Man of Steel. The thing that I will say is that, and my head's all jacked up, I meant to wear a hoodie or a beanie, is the fact that I'm curious to see like people like Chris Stockman, Jeremy Johns, some other people that I know that are really big into reviews on YouTube and outsourced in different locations. I will say that John Campea did, like the same time that I did, the same exact time, it was really weird. He put out his review after coming out of the screening, and he really enjoyed it. Like, he was really monotone, because it's a lot to absorb. This movie, it took a lot to really truly absorb. So any of y'all that have not seen this, most of y'all that are watching this right now, y'all have not seen the film. But long after you watch the film, if you go in with a good heart of just realizing that you just want a good superhero film, you want decent action, you want something that's not a travesty, that's not a Fantastic Four, which I don't even know what Fantastic Four is as far as rating. I wish I would have looked at that up on Rotten Tomatoes. Because basically, you're saying this is a 42 rating, you're saying this is what was Fantastic Four. But anyway, beside the point, with this movie, he had given it an 8 out of 10. And that's just off the gate with his first thinkings of it. He's about to watch it again, okay? And he's watching it with John Snap, he's watching it with the rest of them, Harloff and all of them. And I'm pretty sure they're actually going to really enjoy the film. Just from being comic book people that really love action. All the people that I was with, they generally like the film. Most of the people that I've seen on YouTube, generally most of them gave it between, if not 8, all the way up. And it's been few and far between, with most of the fans have really loved it. And it's been mixed reviews, but more so, most of the major critics didn't like it. And the same thing happened with Man of Steel. And I don't, when it happened with Man of Steel, I really didn't understand why everybody was literally saying the same exact thing. It was almost like it was scripted. Like, I wrote this on paper. This is what the problem is. This is my problem with this. This is my problem with this. It wasn't enough like Christopher Reeve. It make no sense why he killed this and why he did that. And I mean, I'll say this, if those same people didn't like Man of Steel, they're definitely going to be the same sway with this movie. My thing to you as viewers, go in this with an open mind, and realize that there are reviewers out there that really love this film. I'm not saying I'm perfect. Like, if I had to really give this a movie review, I gave it a 10 out of 10 on the basis of superhero movies as a platform. Based on just super movies in general, this is one of the better superhero movies I've seen in the past 5 years alone. And yes, better than Age of Ultron, better even than Ant-Man, and some of the other movies I've actually seen as far as superhero genre. This was, to me, better than Deadpool, okay? The thing is that I would rate this movie from a film standpoint, just as a film, at an 8.5 out of 10. Out of all films that are out right now, currently, 8.5 out of 10. But from a superhero genre, and that's what this is all about, they redefined what the superhero genre could be. Because their tone is a lot darker. It's not on the catered platform of a blueprint where you know that this person will not die, this person will not be dead unless it's set up to be that they can be able to come back. It's really safe. And the reason why I bring this up is because movies that I hated, like I really did dislike, the only reason I bought it because I wanted to make sure I maintain with the collection, is Iron Man 3. Iron Man 3 I did not like. A lot of people didn't like Iron Man 2 more, but I didn't like Iron Man 3 at all. And they gave that a 79% rating. It's fresh. Iron Man 2 got a 72 rating. It's fresh. And to say that either one of those movies are better than Batman vs Superman, I just bring that up to make you realize that don't cater to just what the critics say. They have a specific spectrum of what they're looking for, and that's not to discredit them in any regard, because there are a lot of things I can go and pick apart any movie. If I don't go into the regard and saying, okay, I want to see what this movie did to me. Did it wow me? Did it excite me? Did it make me feel things I didn't feel before? And was it worth my time? Or was it just a bunch of garbage that I didn't need to see and it was too much? Or did it captivate me, make me think, make me want to go back and look and see, what did I miss? What was the detail here? Why was this movie allowing this song and this sequence to work specifically at this time? And that's what the movie did for me. Like, on both regards. It wasn't any garbage. It wasn't any trash. I mean, even like characters like, Gal Gadot, even though she didn't get a lot of face time, in general, she still held her own with these men. And I mean, that's not necessarily saying anything, because Wonder Woman could be a travesty for all I know. You know, I don't know that. All I know is that when I looked at Batman vs Superman, my eyes watered up. I enjoyed the experience. It was a great time at the movies. And anybody that says anything otherwise, any critic, I mean, they can take that out of their own free speech, but they can't take that out of my voice. I'm telling you that I had a great time in the movies. And I'm pretty sure most of y'all that are actually superhero fans or lovers of Batman or Superman know that this is a different Batman that you've known. Or unless you've like the versions that have come out in the 90s, with the exception of 1992 and 1989, like, those were gory films. Like, I mean, even back then, 1992, like, Michael Keaton did some questionable things. If I'm not mistaken, he actually blew up a big man that was in a circus. But anyway, set somebody on fire, not gonna go there. I'm just bringing those things up because even in the past, there have been shaky things that have rocked the foundation of the mythos of these characters, but they've been presented in a way with the times. And the same exact thing is going to happen in this movie, and the same exact thing happened in Man of Steel. There are casualties. There are things that happen that are very darkly toned, and they're hard to digest in a regard, but it doesn't take away from the account of what they put into this movie. The nudges and the different comics that they've emulated, not just The Dark Knight Returns, but other notable things that they put their effort into, and they did it very well. And so I wanted to bring this to people's light, to say that I enjoyed Batman vs Superman. Some critics did not. A lot of fans did. You go see it for yourself and figure out if something is worth watching again. Because I'm going to be watching this probably 3 more times. And I know some friends that are eager to watch it as well. And even some of them actually gave it lower ratings, but they want to see it again to see, man, is this movie going to make me feel something again? So anyway, hopefully you enjoyed this. This is SEL 0320 representing JVS. We ain't going to stop. Peace.